whatever challenge you take on in the world and you're not very successful at it means you have what it takes to be successful at it. So it's like if Obama has wanted to be the best president the United States actually has, he has the potential to accomplish the job. Whatever challenges are faced upon him, he has announced into the world that this is who I am. I can solve all of the problems within the um, United States. If he won a peace prize, then he has the potential to create exactly what it is he's declaring out into the world. The problem that we need to face is if you are actually living to your fullest potential, you're actually accomplishing the job that you're setting out to do. So if he declares himself to be able to create world peace and his milestones are war is increasing, Obama is not living up to his fullest potential. Now, when we degrade him and tell him he's evil, then you know what? We turn him into what we are visualizing, seeing in him. We are not building him up. We are not building any of our leaders up. We're turning them into evil, evil beings, and they will turn into what we want them to be. They will not know how to be calm and loving because they're so friggin' stressed. They are the creators of this problem. We all know they are the creators of this problem, which means they are the solution to this problem. But we are not going to encourage them to actually find the solutions to their own friggin' problems because we're too busy telling them that they're evil. We are turning them into what we want them to be. We want them people to be confused. We want them to be hateful people. We want them to not know how to solve problems because that's what we keep telling them. People will turn into whatever it is you declare them to be. Um, Oprah, for one thing, is another that she has declared herself to be this enlightened being. Um, she will not be doing that as long as people are kind of saying, is that really living your best life if you're overweight? Is that really living your best life if you're so wealthy while there's such a world of poverty? Is that living your best life when you produce documentaries that really basically say nothing? It's like Shania Twain lost her voice. They did a documentary. She didn't transform shit. She didn't learn nothing, so she got her voice back. You know, you can talk yourself into singing again, but it is that way we accept and allow everything that's bad and, you know, just be a part of everything that's bad and make it look good. And Shania Twain's getting her voice back and she's going back into making an awful lot of money, greed, um, singing happy songs that'll make everybody feel good, but where's the lesson? Her husband cheated on her. Her best friend cheated on her husband, so she was cheated on. Why did she attract that? Why did she want that experience? What did she learn and grow from herself? I didn't see any lessons. I did not see what it is she learned to prevent that pattern from not repeating again, other than life sucks. You know, it'll take you for a loop and you got to pull yourself back up and, you know, do the same thing of everything that's wrong until you die. And it's like, is that the lesson that Oprah is teaching? um Now it's Tatum O'Neal and Ryan O'Neal, and it's like, well, there's a family that needs some healing, but are they really going to experience any kind of healing? I'm anxious to see the end result, but I do believe Oprah has the potential to actually heal the freaking planet. But she's very tunnel vision in the Eckhart Tolle and Dr. Phil, um, every direction that doesn't seem to heal anything. It almost appears to make everything worse because there's no real healing going on. But I do believe Oprah, when she gets healed, has the potential to broadcast that out into the world. She has the potential to change the whole globe. She has declared that. She just doesn't know how to do it yet. Um, so some of our biggest leaders, when you can see them as loving beings that are just not turned on yet, and the rule of thumb is see what's good in them and consume what's good in them, then you can start to see that Oprah is kind of beneficial. You just have to, how do you teach Oprah to see a different perspective? Which is, there's my job. Um, if you see a problem, it's your job to fix it. So that's all I'm kind of doing is I'm looking, you can't take my advice. If I see the fullest potential in you and you can't see that my advice has any bit of value, then my advice means nothing. I can see the best in you, but if you can't see the best in me, my opinion means shit. So I got to work on getting people to see the value in me. I need to see the value in me so I can sell me, so that when I say here, there is the fullest potential of Obama. He does have what it takes to shift his whole country around. What does it look like? How long will it take you to accomplish the job? I know from programming experiences that I was given a task that was next to impossible in a time frame that was impossible. But as soon as you declare this is the picture, the end result that we want, and this is the time frame we expect it to happen at, and here are all the milestones. When you can see all along the way that you've got a milestone, that means you know the plan inside and out that says we can accomplish this because we have all of the instructions, we have the recipe, we know exactly how that's supposed to work. When it doesn't work, that means we are not meeting this milestone. So all of these brilliant people just need to have a plan. They need to have a good outcome. Right now I don't see them, I see them having this death wish. They are accepting their own death wish. They are accepting the reality. Some of the major rules that we live by is all things must die. We all must consider the greater good. As long as you're considering the greater good, somebody's dying. And it's the act of dying that ends up what's killing only the few for the greater eventually catches up and kills the greater too. So it is how we look at consider the greater good is creating a disease that kills all of human life. So what kills the few for the greater is the disease that eventually create that will kill everybody. So you got to get rid of that. Some have to suffer for the greater good. That's a rule that needs to go away. All things must die. Look at it as, okay, life is supposed to live 1,000 years. Just put that as a law. Everybody on this planet needs to live 1,000 years, and figure out how that to make that possible. And everybody's got to love their life. Everybody's got to have a purpose, living their purpose. Everything needs to function. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's eating. Everybody's producing. The planet is healthy. What's the plan? So we just don't know how to do that yet. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. It just means we are not self-aware of our fullest potential. So see the good in everything you think is bad and build them up. Most of the problems, one of the biggest things is greed and egos. And it's like, as long as you're going to hate an ego and greed, then you can't see the potential of using that. Some of these people that are leaders that think they got the greatest answers to the world, all just, you turn their greed and their passion, their addictions into something that actually, you build their egos up in how they can solve a problem, and you just give the information on how they can solve a problem and tell them only you can accomplish that job and here's the instructions how. They will live their damnedest to get that job done, because ultimately at the end they want to be the best at something. We just have to agree on what that best looks like and let them know this is what it is. and then they'll jump for it. But you got to build somebody's ego up in order for them to take that path. You have to let somebody know they're good at something, and then they'll want to be really, really good at it all the time. So it's like build somebody's ego up. If they're greedy, just make them greedy for the planet. Make them all of humanity benefits from it, not just you. That then when you look at greed in that perspective, if all of humanity is the winner of the game out of greed, then greed is not such a bad thing. But it's only greed when it's by self. It's only ego when it's by self. But when you turn ego onto itself, it can be a good thing. We just need a global ego. Peace out.